welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing something a little bit different in that I've never done one of these before with this content. I did haul videos in the past for makeup, but I don't buy as much makeup anymore. I buy anime stuff. This haul is a little bit different. I mean, obviously, I just said it was, but I bought all of this stuff. However, it's old. Recently in April, I went back to my home state to visit some friends and see my friend's new baby, my best friend's new baby. And one of my goals was to go into my family's storage area and pull out all of the old anime stuff that I had collected when I first had an apartment, which is when I was 17, 18. I moved out when I was 17 and I had my own apartment by then, and that's when I started collecting. That was back, I was on eBay and I bought almost all of it exclusively through eBay, but that was back when sellers accepted money orders because I didn't have a credit card and I couldn't use PayPal. So this stuff is old. So there is quite a bit of it. I have a bunch of wall scrolls and old posters in this bad boy. And then I have a ton of crap in this box, which I sent to myself. So let's open it. So before I get started on the big box, I want to show you guys some of the posters. Oh shit, something came loose. What is it? Actually, oh, these are wall scrolls. A crap ton of wall scrolls, and I don't actually know where I'm gonna put them because I don't have a whole lot of wall space left. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Yep. Oh, it's stuck together. So I may have to back up for this. So first, I'm sure if this is from one of my favorite series. It was one of the first shoujo series outside of Sailor Moon that I got into. But Fushigi Yugi. I'm not gonna pretend that I don't cry in anime because if it's sad enough or emotional enough, then yeah, I cry. And holy shit balls, I bawled my eyes out with this anime. Like, God, how old was I when I first watched it? I was like 15 or something, and I collected the VHS, and oh my God, you get to the end of the season, and I was like, this anime is horrible, and I can't stop watching. Wah! Brings me the feels when I think about it. This is one of those shows that I loved to hate because it made me feel so much. So this one, I'm missing the thing. It's missing like one of the little end caps that hold the string in. I'll have to find it. But this is actually, I don't think you guys can see this because this is a door one. Whoop! Yeah, it's super, super long. Yeah, I'm just gonna, there we go. You guys can see the length of it. It's a door scroll. And this is from an anime called Gensoman Sayuki. I was obsessed with this anime. Like, looking at what else I have to show you guys, you'll see what I mean. I was obsessed. And this was from Requiem, actually. So this is from the OVA. But I don't know what I did with it. So yeah, I don't know what I did with it, but I'm pretty sure I had one of the other characters, Son Goku, and Gojo. I was possessed about collecting this stuff. So I was searching eBay like every single day to see what the new stuff was, and if it was something that seemed not necessarily a limited edition, but to my tastes, which at the time was wall scrolls. I would collect wall scrolls and then like every month change out which ones I had hanging up. Which now that I think about it is probably what I should do here. So what else do we have? Oh, yeah, okay. Ooh, this one's something. And there's a bunch of some little ones in there I'll get to. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened to the other stick of this, but I apparently lost it. This, oops, is it gonna come out? Ranma and half. This is from one of the movies. Which one? I forget which movie this is. But yeah, you guys have heard me talk about my love for Ranma. So it's kind of expected that I would have a giant wall scroll of it. This was some of the newer animations. So I think it might have been the second or third movie, especially based on like the character design. So this one's poor wall scroll got bent. This is another Ginsaban Sayuki wall scroll. Let's see if you can. It's plastic and it's so beat up now that it doesn't have that smoothness that it used to, and the plastic's all scratched with white marks. So this was the other character you saw. This was my favorite character, Gojo. And then yeah, you had, this was Son Goku, and I forget his name. It starts with an H. It's been a while since I've seen it. Hakkai. That's right. They have the names down here. Should have looked. This was one of my favorite wall scrolls though, just because it wasn't the typical fabric. Unfortunately, oh, see, like there's a whole fold right there. I don't know if you can see it. Unfortunately, it was very poorly stored. It's like 5:45 almost, so I turned my brightness up on my camera just so that way it's a little bit easier to see. So yeah, if I went from being really dark to being really light, that's why. So these are all like short wall scroll. Oh, this one's missing a thing too. So this is, if you can remember, oh, it's because it did fall out. If you remember Fruits Basket. This was one of my favorite anime and manga. This was one of the wall scrolls that came special with a purchase, I think. Like you earned this with the purchase of the big tankobon, and searched high and low just to get it because it was one of the few things that I was like, oh my god, I want it. A lot of the stuff I had to buy after the fact that it came out, so I did pay extra for it, especially when it came to importing it. But I remember this one I got when it was released, and I was super excited for it. I need to rewatch that anime, man. Okay, this is from Angel Sanctuary. If you remember this was a super popular manga back then. And Kyoto Yuki actually had a couple of different titles that were really popular at the time. It's been so long, I'm not gonna lie, I forget who this character is. Don't shoot me. Okay, so moving on to the big box. Oh hey, apparently I shipped one of my son's sippy cups back. Sure. So first off are these Sailor Moon plush kitties. I don't remember where I bought these, to be entirely honest. I didn't buy them on eBay, that's for certain. I think I bought them at like Borders or something, because they were officially licensed stuff that was sold in the US. They came as a set. I do remember that. And I've just never taken them out of the packaging. I think I set them on my shelf. So yeah. Yay! Oh man. Okay. So this item is not actually that old. It's a Totoro watch that I bought in Hawaii when I lived there. And it's dead now. I need to replace the batteries. It's not official. That I know for certain. I either bought it in Ala Moana or at Windward Mall. At the same shop. I mean, they just had two different locations. I just don't remember which location I bought it at. I really need to replace the batteries though, because I still want to wear this bad boy. I need a watch. I always use my phone. So the next pieces. I have been buying, I've been shopping at Hot Topic since high school. Like I've never cared how lame it was to shop there. They literally were one of the only places that had anime related stuff that would fit me. So I would go there. So this is one of the first shirts I bought from them. I don't actually wear this style of shirt anymore. This is like a girl's cut, And I have a weird thing about sleeves. I don't like sleeves and things touching my underarms, but I don't know. I may turn it into a tank top or something. But yeah, that is my first Sailor Moon shirt. And then there is another one. This one. A little bit more classic. Definitely smells like it's been in storage for a while. I really should. I haven't taken it out of the box since I shipped it to myself, so it's just kind of been sitting up here, and I really need to like wipe all this stuff down. So next in the box is a towel, and it's another Sayuki piece item. You know what? Let me do it this way. See? I told you I was really into this anime. Really into it. I'm actually going to use this towel. That's my thing with anime. Even now to this day, I still try to buy merchandise that's practical, not just collectible. Like, sure, my figures, I can't really do anything other than they make me happy when I look at them, but things like phone cases, notebooks, mugs, towels, those are the things I really like because I can actually utilize them and they're not just gonna pile up with the rest of my crap. The next thing is, you're gonna laugh at me because I've already talked about. This is from Inuyasha. Kirara. This is what it is. You just wear it. I don't remember where I got it, but yeah, it's like, it's stupid, and I don't know why I got it, but Sango and Miroku were my favorite characters, and Kirara was really cute, so this is it. It's just gonna fucking sit around somewhere. I don't know what I was thinking. So a lot of the other stuff is, there's some figures in here, but there's a lot of manga that I'm gonna show you. First off, I was super excited when I found these. These were actually weren't packed with the rest of my stuff. These were in a separate box that I kind of stumbled upon. So these are limited edition, what are these called? Omnibus for Fushigi Yugi. And I forget, you have like the first 3 volumes in this and the next 3 volumes in this, and there's actually an entire series of 10 volumes. I've seen it online and I've always been so tempted to get it. I forget who the publisher at the time was for the English adaptation of the manga. What was that magazine? It was like one of the first anime magazines before New Type got an English edition. But this is them. So the first one, it literally, like I said, it's just the manga. So, and then it has like some color pages in the center. Well, one color page, nothing to, you know, get excited about. So yeah, and this is the second one. Oh, so there are 2 pages. It's just, you have Hirohito and Tamahome, and then they're here. They're just like scattered throughout. Yeah. So next is actually, I got this Utahime, the songstress. This was just like a random find that I got at Borders. I used to buy all of my manga at Borders. And it just tells a really interesting story about a kingdom that has an Utahime, and usually always the Utahime is a girl, but for the first time in, I think ever, it's a boy. And it's a pretty bittersweet story. Another one that I really liked is Chronicles of the Grimm Peddler, and this was actually a manhwa. So it's a Korean comic, and they only ever printed one, but it's a collection of stories, and they're all connected by the Grimm Peddler. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorites, and that's why I've kept it for so long. I just wish that they had printed the second one. I mean, maybe they have, and I just don't know because, like I said, this has been in storage but forever. I'll have to check that out and see what I can find. But yeah, the art is beautiful. It's very simplistic, but there's also like these detailed areas where they just use such amazing line work that it's beautiful. Stu. Oh, okay, so these are some of my favorite manga, and I was just like with the Fushigi, I was really excited to find them. These are all of my Rumiko Takahashi short story manga. Like, these are a lot of the things that she did pre Kyokai no Renne, Inuyasha, and even some pre Ranma and Half. So the first one she did, this is Remake Theater. So this was these have some of the very, very first stories she did, and you can tell based on her art. It's got that classic style that she had in the beginning, that she started with Meison Ikuko and L'Amour Seietsura. And then I think this one is a mixture. Well, this one came next for Rumik World Trilogy. I think this is just how they compiled them, but these are a bunch of her short stories that she did, and the cover of each of them is actually the one that she was really popular for. Which one? One of these has, I'm trying to remember. If you ever want to read, okay, this one, yeah. If you ever want to read a really, really good story, look up the manga Fire Tripper. It's by far one of my favorite shorts that she's done, or one-shots that she's done, because that's basically what all these are, is one-shots. The last one she did, which has some of her newer stories, my favorite story in this one is Excuse Me for Being a Dog and Shake Your Buddha. I remember Shake Your Buddha is what's on the cover right now, and it's just a really cute story, and it makes you, based on what the main character goes through, it feels very relatable. I definitely recommend checking those out and seeing if you can find them online, because those are still some of my favorite one-shots. One of the last manga I read is actually by one of my favorite authors, Masakazu Katsura. And this is, God, what was he? I'm trying to remember what he was really, really popular for. It was in that same anime magazine that I talked about. But this is actually, oh God, this is one of my favorite series. This character was actually part of the inspiration for my my channel mascot. I really loved her, and if you've read it, you know what type of character she is, or characters. I can't really describe why I loved it so much. It just was a fun read, and the way it ends, it kind of doesn't tie everything up into a neat little bow. It kind of leaves things open for your own interpretation, which again is something that I really like. And the last things are my figures, and you're gonna laugh because they're basically, you probably know what they are, and they look gross. Sorry guys, they're old and they've been in storage, but they are Sayuki. These are officially the first 1/8 scale figures I ever collected. I had Sailor Moon Barbies and Dragon Ball Z action figures, but I never actually had proper scaled figures, and these I purchased on eBay. You can see they've been in storage so long that it's yellow, or I just didn't store them very well. That's my fault. So here's the first one. That is Sanzo. And then there's Son Goku. Then you have Hakai. And this one actually, I think Sanzo was like stored on top, because, and he must have been stored on the bottom, because his box is actually still pretty clear. It's not very yellow. But he had a little dragon buddy. You can see right there. And then the last character, my favorite, Gojo. Yeah, this one's also really yellow. But this is him. He had one of my favorite voice actors at the time, and it was really weird because a lot of my favorite voice actors are like these really, really old guys. They're like, I'm talking 50s, 60s that do these really young guy voices, and it's like, what? Given the state of the boxes, I don't know if I want to display them like that. But at the same time, I've had them in packaging for so long that I'm torn whether I should unbox them and display them or keep them in their boxes, you know, maybe for value purposes. But then I don't know because I took everything else out of the box, not caring about value purposes. So, you know, I'm just gonna leave this up to you guys. You've seen them in their boxes. Let me know in the comments below. Should I do an unboxing for all of these? Because if I do, it's just gonna be one whole video where I unbox the whole figure and then show each one to you guys, and then obviously show you all four. But yeah, let me know. Keep them in the box, unbox them. Which is it? So that is it for this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was kind of really cool to go through all of it and see what I was interested in 10 some odd years ago versus what I'm interested in now. I still really love all of these titles, and I see why I bought what I did. I mean, even if I like stuff and I find it really interesting, sometimes I don't always buy it because I don't think that there's going to be any personal value to it in the future. You know, I'm not going to really appreciate it a year, 5 years from now. But a lot of this stuff, it really kind of brings me back, and it's nostalgic in a way that it reminds me of the life I lived back then. You know, what I was going through, living on my own at for the first time, finding all this stuff, and just really being immersed in my young adulthood. So, and I get to kind of weave out all over again and reread all of my manga that I loved. Ah! So that is it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What were some of your favorite items that I showed you guys? What are some things that you've had for like a decade plus, you know, since the first time that you got into anime? Do you even have anything like that? I would really love to know. If you want to speak to me directly, then follow me on Twitter. I usually talk a lot about anime and food and random stuff during the day. If you want to see sneak peeks of future anime related videos, then go ahead and follow me on Snapchat. Warning, I snap a lot about my kid. But trust me, you want to see my kid, he's adorable. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!